Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new video. It's been a while. I've been doing a lot of stuff since the last Tackle Warehouse unboxing. And I got some stuff for this video that will blow some of y'all minds. Well, not really, but it's stuff I've accumulated over weeks of going out and finding stuff, like a little collecting spree. And there's some really cool stuff in here, and stuff I don't even have in the collection, now I do. And we're going to get straight into it, because it's going to be a long video. We're going to start off with the first stuff we're going to look at. So I went to a yard sale, and there's this guy selling an older Plano, a larger one, and I looked inside, and I noticed some stuff in there. I'm like, oh, that's older, so I want to get it. He wanted $15, so I picked it up, and it was packed full of solid plastics, and let's just say I've never seen as many Berkeley power baits in my life. And we're going to get into it. I started looking, and the first thing I saw, what was on top, I really noticed, was this what made me really buy it? This Scott Hill's slow poke jig pan fishing system, where unfortunately some of the things are missing, but they got all the little jig heads and all the little soft plastics. Yeah, because you got the tube tail, the grub curl tail, flying cricket, and mini worm. The mini worm is my favorite. That's what's inside. It's got these interesting heads. This one's already rigged up. These are the cool ones. Well, this one's broken, but you can see in there. They're mini worms, and you got the tubes, and you got the flying cricket, which we tested one of these out, and this color tore some bass up. Now, it's one of the old school things that were in there, and it gets even better than that. But I want to go through these, and I can't get them off the rack really, because it's, I'm just going to take them all off, because I'm going to have to reorganize them anyway. This is one of them. It's a vintage pack of Florida rigs for saw plastics, where you would screw in the worm head. Nothing really special about that, but it still is cool. And you have some mustad hooks, needle power lock. Never seen these before, but they're older, for swim baits. Probably salt water. Then you got some more Florida rigs. Some random pack of tubes. Some of these, oh no, they're not random, because there's more in here. This one just don't have the label. Let's see. Oh, what is this? The Red Wolf rubber core sinkers. Bay Pro Shop. Cool old baits, old lures and stuff. Then you got Castmasters Tube Tails. This is what they are. Get them all lined up. There's several colors in here. So you got like this gray with blue flake. Never used. This one has some interesting other thing on it. Oh no, it doesn't. Just flipped over. It's like a red with blue flake. Like a pinky red. Then you got purple with blue flake, or green flake, or whatever. And then you got this one, the yellow, like the brownish yellowish color with the black flake. Those are all those. Then we got some got some worm weights from Water Gremlin. Like the packaging. They still make them though. Nice bullet weights. Oh, these are really cool. I didn't really look inside them that much. Then you got your genuine, I mean, big, I mean, giant bullet weights. Pause for a minute. Then this was another thing. It's K&E Bass Stopper from Walmart. It's an interesting rig. It's got hooks through it, and it's got like a weird worm. What's it like? Got little white dots on it. It's definitely older. Never seen that before. And then we got some more mustache. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Like some circle hooks and what are these? Jig heads. Fisherman's Choice jig heads. I get more mustad needle hooks or whatever. Then you got these cone cut hooks. They're just like the mustad one. These are older. Cool. And then you got some more stuff. These are like vintage Ned rigs. That is really cool. They're like vintage Ned rig hooks. Those are old. I'm going to see if I can pull one out. And I'm interested to see what they do. What they act. If they're any different from now's Ned rig from then. The hooks are like brand new. There it is. And then we take this. I guess that's how it goes, or it's just a weedless hook. Probably how it goes. Who knows? It's cool though. It looks like a Ned rig hook, kind of. Well, it probably is. Then you got this. Potomac Sports Center. These old, like, weedless looking bullet weight jig head hooks or whatever. They're like super weird. And then you got some of these old. Oh shoot! Oh, those are vintage True Turn hooks. Cause they got the bent hooks. Then these. Oh, those are what those are for. Oh no, they're not. Those are different. They're like the same hooks I just showed y'all, but look. This is, well, I believe a Berkeley jig, I think. I'm not sure. It might be. Not fully sure. Then you got these gold little hooks. Then you got another one that's just in better condition. There you go. Never been opened. I never opened them until now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Yeah, they're... So the skirts are like tubes. Thick plastic tubes. With a soft plastic crawl. That's super cool. I'm not sure if they might be Berkeley. I'm not sure. Now, we got through that, and it's just going to get more and more from here. And I'm going to start off with the most common thing that was in here. Vintage, old school, Berkeley power bait power worms. Never opened, still sealed. The purple and black, or like, I forgot the color, the name of this bait. And guys, I almost forgot. Some of the stickers fell off of these. And I couldn't forget them. They got like the little labels that went on them. And this one too. I'm just going to put them on there because I don't know. But this is the one that really caught my eye. Best crawl I ever fished. Gary Klein or whatever, or Klein. Pro BASS angler Al Linder, star of In Fisherman. That is awesome. I like the old Bassmaster stuff. But yeah, Berkeley Power Worms. A little mess on here. This is another bait that I've never seen before, but it's cool to have. Berkeley still makes them. But these are the original because they're totally different from now. Old Berkeley Power Bait Sandworm. That is cool. This is like a purple blackish color. They don't really sink that well. I don't even think they sink at all. I tried them out. That's super cool. I've never seen these before. So, that's awesome. And then we got some of this. These were in bags and they never had labels on them. This is a Berkeley Power Worm. It says Power Worm on the side, so almost looks like a Mr. Twister, but isn't. And then we got this weird culprit pack. And it's out of the ordinary because usually they're in better packaging, but it's odd. Probably some like store thing. Then we got some really old I forgot. V&M's. I don't know who that is. Lizards. Green lizards. And then we got these, which at least this has a label. Triple S series. Twin TS. It's called Super and Soft and Salty Worms. I've never seen these before. It's 20 inside, which a lot of the 20 of them are gone now, but there's probably a couple left, but that's a cool worm. Never seen those before. Then, oh, that shouldn't be in there. Some other old thing. These were the ones I was excited about. Vintage Gary Yamamoto Solid Plastics, which they still make this. I was excited about that because I've never seen those. Go through them all. That's that color. And then you got the green packaging one. Gary Yamamoto. Believe those are the original packs. This one's still filled up. The Gary Yamamotos. A lot of the same thing. Yeah, they're all the same thing. They're like those tube looking solid plastics, and then you got more of that. And we got some random stuff. Then we got Zooms. Old Zooms. Zoom lizards. More Zooms. And then I already know. More Zooms. And now, almost forgot. There's still more solid plastic. I'm going to show you all this first. I don't know what brand this is, but it's a vintage bass kit. And I already have a couple of these. I have the orange one, but that came in a tackle box we got a while ago. Should get it out and put it in there. You got a white, a yellow. They're like weird looking jigs that you would stick to these solid little solid plastics with like feathers to them. They're odd. That. And we got the one and only discontinued Berkeley Power Crawls. I believe these are older. Got the yellow. They're all the same color. This one actually has the label still on it, which is surprising. 1992 Classic Champion. Power bait can help anyone catch more fish. By Bob Hamilton Jr. It's got that on there. Cool packaging. Then we got more Power Crawls. And then we got an open pack of Berkeley Power Worms. But we're not done yet. There's still one more thing that came in here. And it's my favorite. This. They're vintage Stanley jigs. But the odd thing about them is that they're for the color selector. And when I first got them, I never noticed it. My brother pointed out, he said, look at that sticker right there. I said, oh my God. The color selector, which there's something else in his video. It's going to come on the final. I want to make a whole series about it because we're going to get to the end, but trust me, it's going to be a really cool vintage retro bass thing I'm going to show. I'm not going to say any names, but these, thank God, there's only one missing. All the rest of them are on here. They're for the color selector. It's like a brown and green. All of them are on here. Something you would pick up in a store, but clearly the guy who had this bought the entire stack. But we're not finished here. Lift that up a little bit. Move some of this around to show y'all the final thing that I picked up yard sailing. It's like a big giant outdoor yard sale. The guy wanted $5 for it. It's a vintage Plano 602 or 6302. I bought it because it's an older one. It came out like the early 80s, I think late 70s, no, early 80s. And it's got the original sticker on it, so I was like, oh man, this thing is clean. I should get it. I opened it up for a second. There was just a couple little things in there. Well, there was one lure. Actually, two I decided to keep. And when you open it up, my brother was cleaning it out. I actually bought it for him. And when he was going through it, he said, hey, look, there's something inside. And behold, the original stuff is still inside. Like this, where you would write your name or some sorts in there, and then you would put it in there. And then you got the vintage catalog, little mini catalog book that would come inside this Plano. And look at all this. All of these tackle boxes, which are definitely old school. Look at that. It's a Plano Magnums. Got some ones with the spinner baits. You got the pork rind tackle box that I found out when I looked at this. And you got some of the rod holders, like cases. Got that interesting one. That's the one I think is a cooler. Or a worm box. I don't know. One of the old Plano ones are like a half thing. And then you got like a half cooler, half tackle box. Then you got the 767, which is one we're looking out for. Super cool. You got some of these. You got another Plano Magnums, which we have two of those. And then you got the big ones. Super duper cool. Like, this is old school, but what can I complain? I spent $5 on it. That kind of made it $5. Well, no, not really. We didn't really have to. This thing's definitely worth more than $5. Move some of this around. Now, we're going to get into the other stuff we bought. And we're getting up to the final. So, we went to a show in Pennsylvania. It's a fishing and hunting show. And we went there. We were like, oh, it says it's supposed to come on or start Sunday. It's supposed to rain Sunday. That means we can't really stay in. They're going to close it down. And they were having a bottle show up there, which If y'all haven't checked out Shed Hunting and Bottle Digging Adventures, that's our original channel where we have bottle digging. And we were going there for that. We were kind of disappointed. We got there and it said fishing and hunting show starts today. I'm like, what? How? Oh, and then we were like, well, because it probably is going to rain. And they decided to mush it in. One side was bottles and one. I mean, the old school hunting and fishing stuff was out to ridiculous. And these are some of the finds we found. First one I want to start off, well, this bait I bought a while ago. And I've been really meaning to make a video. I've been slacking a lot. It's an old Strike King Scout. I've been slacking a lot. Meaning to make more videos. Perfect condition. I like the old Strike King. This was probably the one that had Bill Dance on the packaging. But let's get into the lure. So I believe the first one I bought was this magnificent man's lure. And I got it because I've never seen one before. Well, I have seen them online, but I've never seen one in person. Had to pick it up. They wanted $5. It's the old man's, I believe. Man, I forgot the name of this one. It's like a crankbait, deep diving long crankbait, but it's the old Bassmasters one, which I forgot. I don't really know the reason why it had that on there. I want to do some research. I probably was some giveaway you would get for being subscribed to the Bassmasters book magazines. Like, this bait is almost perfect. A little stain from use and stuff, but that's not that much. Really nice bait. Down the front. Just came down a little bit so y'all can see a little better. Next ones we got, what I got, is the old Storm Little Tubby. Unfortunately, it does not have the tail, which sucks. We already have one, which if you've seen the tackle box video, the second video ever made, I believe, showed our purple and white one. This is the black and white one. There's nothing really wrong with it. It looks pretty clean. It's pretty clean. Just missing the tail, even though they're super expensive online. Hard to come by this bait. Next one. And I mean, I had to pick this up. Oh, before we get into that, I'm forgetting about some things to show. This was the lure that came in that tackle box I showed y'all in this video. And it was super disgusting when I got it out and I had to clean it. And I love Rebel. Rebel makes magnificent baits. And thank God Rebel put their name on their bills. Because then you would get mixed up with the Bill Norman baits. Because they were kind of copycats back then. But this was inside the old chrome blue, I believe 8-inch or 7-inch jerkbait. Yeah, keep talking about myself. I had to change hooks out. It was like, of course, unfortunately, it was sitting in the rusty spot in the container. And the hooks rusted really bad. There was paint trying to come off. Cleaned it up and missed this. But trust me, I bought a tackle box that had a couple nasty looking Rebels. Just some of the paint was gone to the side. But I still had that shine. Threw it out in the pond. Caught about 6 bass off of it, which is remarkable. But that's a pond bass, and people don't really use this kind of stuff in pond. Well, a lot of people are using bobbers, but can't wait to throw this one. We're going on a trip, so can't wait to see that. Use that. Now, let's get into what I bought. I asked this guy, I was like, do you have any Begley's Bingo lures? He said yes. And I had to pick up both of them. He had 3, but I had to pick up the prop and the other one because it was a gold and black, like a perch, yellow perch color. I believe this is an older one. I hope so it isn't some knockoff. I think it is an original one. I found the white and black one on there. Same thing. Those are really old Begley's Bingo lure. This is the non-prop bait one. The 2 hook one. Doesn't even say it on the bottom. It's got the little lead part. Really nice lure. I love their banger lures. This is the one I really mainly want to pick up. I'm debating on using it. I don't know if I will because it's really old. It's the prop bait, the black and white one. Everything works fine on it. Nothing's bad. Like, really good condition bait. I love the banger lures. Then the bomber. I love bomber. I love bomber lures. Like, I love their fire tigers. I love the design. I love the packaging on them. But I had to pick these up. We went to a pawn shop. They had them for $25 on a thing. Like a little box. They're all... Let me move these back. They're all the original bombers. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot the name. It was something. They're not the Model A's. They're a different type. And they're all original. They don't say bomber on the side or nothing. And I love the Fire Tiger ones. We got 3 Fire Tigers. We got the 2 shallow dive. Whoa. Forgot I had the other shallow diving one rigged up. But we got the 2 with the dots, which are these 2. We got the other 2 that the one I'm using is doesn't. This is shallow diving and this is the deep diving one, but those don't have the dots on them. Really nice lure. I love the bomber lures. Then I got this interesting one. I was inside with it. It's original too. I believe this is saltwater with the hooks. Still overall nice bait. Then we got one more thing we picked up at the place. Well, not really. We'll get into the final thing I've been wanting to show y'all. This older woman had it for 12 bucks. We asked 10. She let us have it. It's an old Mr. Twister swim bait box. Well, it's not really by Mr. Twister, I believe, but everything in here is Mr. Twister. Fortunately, this is the only one that was bad condition. The old Mr. Twister frog. Saw plastic. It's a small one. Then, we got tons of these in here. What you do is they would come with these jigs, and then they have like a little opening. You would feed it through, and then that's it. We got that, and then we got, leave another color. Then we got tons of these bad boys. These little Mr. Twister swim baits. We got that, and the golden black, and then this red and clear one, and then you got the golden clear one. More of these. Tons of Mr. Twister worms. But I cannot complain. I love the Mr. Twisters. But yeah, that's it. And he's got the old school Mr. Twister hooks with the little barbs. It's like worms. But now, we're going to get into the final part. Almost forgot, guys. Couldn't forget these. Brother picked these up from the show. Vintage Bagley Small Fry Crawl. Original small fry. Spent $15 on that thing, but the packaging is perfect. Then he picked up the Holy Grail. Not really the Holy Grail, but I like to call it the Holy Grail. The old school Bagley's Balsa Honey Bee. The shallow diving one. Which this thing is brittle. He had 2, the deep diving and the shallow diving. Super cool color. And it's got a really cool color on it. It's super cool. It's just smaller bait. Really nice. But now let's get into the final thing. The final thing is, the guy was selling these. And he had tons of them. It was late. We got there late, unfortunately. And people were starting to pack up. And the guy looked like he was done for the day. And we saw what he was selling. We're like, oh my god, we haven't seen these. It's super hard to find. We don't feel like spending all this money online to get just one. The guy had stacks. And the guy was like, 5 for $1. It's like, holy crap. And then we gave him the question. How much would you do for all of them? He said, I don't want them no more. I'll take them up here. No one wants them. $5 for every single one of them, and I could not believe it. Now, I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to make a whole series about these. Go through every single one of them. Vintage Bassmasters from 1986. Vintage Field and Stream magazines from the 80s. And then vintage Fishing Facts books from the 1980s. Look at the date. Oh, this one doesn't have a date. Oh, it does. 1986. Oldest magazines that we bought in there were from 1982, 1983, 1984, 1985, 1986, and 1987. And guys, it's gonna be a long series. We'll probably do 2 episodes going through these books, and we'll just get a little sneak peek. Yeah. Now you know I'm gonna do a series about them. But we're not going to get into these. And I mean, I was excited about them. It's got we have all the Bassmasters books from 1986. All of them. Just open this one up. Yeah, you see that Hummingbird ad? The Hummingbird LCR 200 or 2000. And you got the LCR 2000 portable, which I know a guy who has that. But yeah, it was an exciting trip. You couldn't get any better than that. Alright guys, come back to see another episode because it's going to be a good one. But we're at the end. Leave a like and subscribe and comment. Would you like to see the book series with me going through every single page on here on all these books? It's going to be a good series. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.